Today I'll talk about the structure of atom. After the discovery of electron and proton, scientists such as Thomson, okay, they proposed the model of atoms. Okay. So their models of atoms were not accepted by the scientists. And the next one was the Rutherford model of atom. So the Ernest Rutherford was interested in knowing how the electrons are arranged within an atom. For this, he designed an experiment, and this experiment is known as gold foil experiment. And he experimented this with fast-moving alpha particles. Fast-moving alpha particles. What is alpha particles? Alpha particles is the nucleus of helium atom having the mass 4u. So what did he did is that he selected gold foil because he wanted as thin layer as possible. So this gold foil was about 1000 atom thick. Gold is very malleable and this can be hammered into very very thin sheets. Even though the the sheet that he experimented with was 1000 atom thick. 1000 atom thick means you can arrange in this way. So this thickness was 1000 atom it is. So, okay, why did he choose gold? Because gold is very malleable. Now, okay, alpha particles are it is doubly charged, positive, doubly positive charge here, helium ions. So, since have a mass of 4u, so the fast moving alpha particle have a considerable amount of energy. It's okay, it has a considerable amount of energy because the kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. So the fast moving particle has a considerable velocity along with okay having 4u mass it is. It's okay. So now it was expected that alpha particle would deflected by the subatomic particle in the gold atoms. Subatomic particles in the gold atom. What did Rutherford expected? He expected that alpha particles, okay, which were doubly positively charged ion of helium would be deflected by the subatomic particles in the gold atom. Since the alpha particles were much heavier than the proton, he did not expect to see large deflections, because there are so many large deflections were there, and that is why he got astonished to see that the alpha particles were deflected, making large angles, and some were deflected back on the same path. It's okay. So, Rutherford's expectation was quite okay opposite what he thought. So, what did he observe? So, Rutherford's observation: most of the fast-moving alpha particles passed straight, through the gold foil. Yes, most of them they passed gold. Because there were so many spaces were there. That is why they passed. Some of the alpha particles were deflected by the foil by small angles. Yes, making a small angle. Some are deflected back this year. Strike and then deflected back is making small angles. And number three, surprisingly, one out of every 12,000. Surprisingly, one out of every 12,000 particles appeared to rebound, means they bounce back on the same path. Okay, so it was very surprising for this Rutherford, and Rutherford was really very much surprised to see this. It is okay. Now next, now what? Uh, yes. So what he concluded about this one? What was his conclusion? So his conclusion was that most of the space inside the atom is empty because most of the alpha particles pass through the gold foil without getting deflected. So, okay. So the first conclusion was that most of the space in the atom is empty because most of the alpha particles passed straight, okay, through the gold foil without any deflection. Second, very few particles were deflected from their path, okay, indicating that the positively charged of atom occupies very little space. The positively charged, okay, positively charge of the atom occupies very little space, means the space that was occupied by the positively charged particle was a small one because some were deflected, okay. And third, a very small fraction of alpha particles were deflected by 180 degree. Yes, by 180 degree. Okay, indicating that all the positive charge and the mass of the gold atom were concentrated in a very small volume within the atom. Okay, making an angle of 180 degree means the the path through which the alpha particles strike the gold foil, they rebound on the same path itself, and that is making 180 degree here now. So he indicated that all the positive charge and the mass of the gold atom were concentrated in a very small volume within the atom. So, okay. So from the data, he also calculated that the radius of the nucleus is about 10 to the power 5 times less than the radius of the atom is. Yes, because nucleus contains positively charged particle, that is proton. So its radius is 10 to the power 5 times less than the radius of the atom, means it is very small one, the nucleus. So on the basis of his experiment, Rutherford put forward the nuclear model of atom, which had the following features. So the Rutherford model of atom. So there is a positively charged center in the atom called the nucleus. So nearly all the mass of the atom resides in that nucleus. So this was his first observation. It means not observation, means his first conclusion about this model of atom. Second, the electrons revolve around the nucleus in a well-defined space. Yes, the electrons move around the nucleus in a well-defined orbit. And third, the size of the nucleus is very small as compared to the size of the atom. Yes, so this was his conclusion. Okay, but even though his model of atom was not accepted here because he said simply that the electrons move around the nucleus, and that was was the defect it is here now. So the revolution of the electrons in a circular orbit is not expected to be stable, it is here now. Any particle in a circular orbit would undergo acceleration. Yes. So during acceleration, charged particles would radiate energy. Thus, the revolving electrons would lose energy and finally fall into the nucleus. So, if this were so, the atom would be highly unstable, and hence matter would not exist in the form that we see now. Okay, it is here now. So but we know that atom is very stable. Yes, atom is very stable, and this defect of Rutherford was solved by Bohr, B-O-H-R, Bohr. Okay, so now the Bohr model of atom. So, okay, in order to overcome the objections raised against Rutherford's model of atom, Neil Bohr put forward the following postulates about the model of atom. What is that? Only certain spatial orbits known as discrete orbits of electrons are allowed inside the atom. Yes, only certain orbits known as discrete orbits are allowed in an atom. And second, while revolving in discrete orbits, the electrons do not radiate energy. So this was okay over here now. So, and when he said this, now the okay, everything was solved, means the, so this is known as the Bohr model of atom. So everything was now correct about the about this model of atom. So okay.